You can sense the intensity as they await the arrival of the Tennessee team here at Neyland Stadium. The number one undefeated Volunteers prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
What's up, YouTubes? What's up, college football fans? I don't know how my internet's gonna be. I'm in a pretty bad area, so I see Crying Ryan's in the house. I see Space Mountains at Game 72 for life. Ryan, you told me you had a joke for me, but May there, Bobby Durkins Jr. I have a feeling this really isn't Bobby Durkins Jr. But man alive. Yeah, Carolina jackpot. We got whooped. Well, this show is built on you, the fans. If I can take a win like a man, I can take a loss like a man. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I had a bad feeling about that pretty much since the first quarter. I thought I was going to be making a halftime video how we were down just 6 points, and man, what a difference a bad throw makes. I thought Keller Chris came out at first very sharp, but man, that turned around in a hurry. I don't know what happened to our offensive line and Shy Tuttle and Daryl Taylor. We need to put all of them on a milk carton because they went missing. This isn't the same team that played Kentucky. I don't know. We just have a problem dealing with any sort of momentum. It's almost like momentum to this team is like a hot potato. They don't want it. They don't want them any momentum because they don't know how to handle it. I realize we're young. I'm not bad-mouthing our team, but didn't get to fire it up, but I'm going to next week against Vandy. We got one more game to go till we can get bowl eligible. I don't want to hear none of this going to a bowl game at 5-7. I think that's a disgrace to go to a bowl without a winning season. I almost feel bad at 6-6, but I'll take it. But the Allied Oil and Tire Hotline. Listen, guys, you can listen to the show while you're on hold. I've got it set up. Now, I pay good money for this call-in studio. You can listen to the show while you're on hold. You don't have to listen. You can still hear what's going on. Unlike other shows, you just gotta wait till you can get in. But you can sit on hold. I've got 5 or 6 spare lines, so y'all can call in and hang out. And I want to hear from you guys. This show's built on you. I want to hear Vol fans. I want to hear how you feel. I want to hear from Florida fans. They did good. Michigan, I don't know. Did they end up winning? Ohio State barely won in overtime to Maryland. So this isn't just a Tennessee fan show. This is for everybody, even though this is the post-game Missouri call-in show. I want to hear from everybody. And we're going to go. First one up is Ryan Schrick, but I'm going to bypass him. I'm going to go to somebody else. I know what he's going to say. I'm going to give him a minute, make him think about whether or not he wants to tell me this joke he told me about. But no, I'm just kidding, Ryan. You were 1 minute behind this other caller, and let's see what they've got to say. You're on with Catfish. What do you got?
Hey, Catfish, man. I about have the same reaction as your halftime video, just almost speechless after that.
Yeah, it's so
You were
tough.
absolutely right. That was not the same Tennessee team that played Kentucky.
Nope, it's not the same team. At least I hope it's not the same team. I mean, that means it was a fluke. But, man, I tell you what, our defense, I don't know what to say. We couldn't get a rush. I want to know. I listened to it on the radio. It's a totally different perspective on the radio than it is to watch it. And I'm sure most everybody watching me right now got to watch it on TV. What did it look like on TV? Give me a good synopsis of the game and how you felt about it, and how you feel we're moving forward to the Vandy game.
Okay, I think overall, I see why Chris isn't the starter. I thought when he came in, he did play well. He did have some very inaccurate passes that, watching it, it didn't even look like he was throwing it anywhere near where the receiver was at. Our guys could not tackle to save their lives on defense. We were hitting them, and plays that should have been a loss of 5 for them were a gain of 15. And I think that it was a whole bunch of missed tackling and miscues by Tennessee that really made this game get out of reach for them. That turnover before halftime. There was a fumble, I think, that returned for a touchdown. It was a lot of miscues that Missouri took advantage of big time. I thought that Garantano at the beginning of the game, it looked like our offensive line just wasn't blocking for him. And then, he had a few bad plays where he got sacked and taken down at the goal line. But I thought that he was more accurate of a quarterback than Keller Chris is. And I thought that when Chris came in, he did bring a spark to the team, but I thought that spark went out very quickly. Overall, it looked like Missouri was better prepared. They had more explosive plays. And one thing that watching it on TV that Gary Danielson kept saying was looking at the quarterbacks that this Tennessee defense has faced this year, whether it was Will Greer or Tua Tagovailoa or, even Jake Fromm or Jarrett Stidham and now Drew Luck, that Tennessee has faced some of the best quarterbacks that this country has to offer. And that's no excuse for the defense not playing well, but it is a testament to the schedule that Tennessee has.
Well, I was going through the truck stop right there in the second quarter. I was getting some fuel, and they had a TV going, and watched a couple of minutes of it. I wish I could have watched more, but I was behind the 8 ball, got stuck in that snowstorm earlier in the week, and had to play some catch up. But it looked like Chris threw that ball right to that Missouri player on that interception. It was like right to him.
Oh, he did. He threw it straight to him. And it looked like, at least what they mentioned on TV, there was probably some miscommunication between Chris and Callaway. That Callaway was going deep. Chris thought he was going to be short. And that happens with plays. And the main thing that I saw in this game is tackling. Tennessee had so many opportunities to tackle, make stops, and they ended up giving up first downs instead, and there's just no reason for that. And one thing that I had somebody mention to me is that this Tennessee-Missouri game ended with the same final score as Alabama versus the Citadel.
Yeah, I tell you, I told everybody yesterday, and even on my midweek show, when I saw that point spread at 52, I said, take the Citadel in the points. And, man, I was checking through Bleacher Report, and I saw it halftime or maybe even in the third quarter, it was 10-10. I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. But before I go on to Crying Ryan, how do you feel about going into Vandy?
Man, it's difficult to say. I'm feeling confident. I've been saying for weeks that I thought that Tennessee would beat Kentucky and would beat Vanderbilt, but I thought that Missouri would give them a hard time. It turns out I was probably right about that. We'll see what happens. Vanderbilt's not, they're not a cupcake. They got a good team, and they've played some good games this year. I think it'll be a tough game, but I do think that Tennessee will rally after this loss and go on the road and beat Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I think we've got some internet trouble, so I'm going to go to another call. I appreciate you calling. I'm going to go to Crying Ryan. If y'all could tell me in the comments section what it looks like on the internet. I've got some really bad internet, but Crying Ryan, tell me what you got. I'm listening.
Crying Ryan? I feel like it's more like crying catfish right now.
Yeah, I am crying. Go ahead, lay it on me. What's this joke?
Okay, so that was the joke. You're crying catfish.
Oh, you said you had a joke for me when you called in.
So that was the joke. Crying catfish is the joke. I ain't crying Ryan anymore.
Oh, well, it looks like my internet's
I ain't
really
crying
slow.
This week. Not happening.
It looks like my internet's a little bit slow, but go ahead. Can you still hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
My thoughts on it is going into Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt has a better running back, but a worse quarterback than Missouri. Missouri's past game just shredded Tennessee the entire game, and there was really nothing you could do about it. And your offense never clicked under Chris. I feel like if Guantanamo stayed in the game, Garantano, whatever his name is, I call him Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Stayed in the game, he probably might have done better, but I just don't think you could have won that game after how much Drew Lock was just burning your defenders all day.
Yeah, he was burning us. Well, do you feel good about your team going forward before I let you go? Because I'm going to try to get these calls before my signal goes way
Emory
out.
Jones played like 95% of the game today. He was throwing dots everywhere. I'm liking my chances.
Okay. All right, Crying Ryan.
I'll catch you later.
Thanks for calling. We're going to take a couple more calls. I don't know if the audio is bad or just the video's lagging. I've had it lag before, and it's just been the video lagging, so I'm taking my chances that everybody can hear me. You're on with Catfish. What do you got?
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Alabama looked awful against the Citadel. I thought we was going to lose.
Are you an Alabama fan?
Yes, sir, I am.
Y'all need a kicker. Why can't Alabama get a kicker? Extra points aren't automatic with Alabama, and that's going to mean a lot. And I'm not trying to mean any disrespect, but when you start getting into these playoffs, the championships, the SEC championship game, you might need that one or two missed extra points or field goals. Are you worried at all that might cost y'all a national championship?
Not that bad, because our offense is great, and I don't think no one has the defense to slow us down. So,
well, Clemson might have something to say about that. They've got a pretty decent defense. I don't know about Georgia. We'll see. But I tell you what, y'all do have a great team. I think Tua, he's a lock for the. Oh, sounds like I'm getting some funky messages. But anyway, I think Tua's a lock for the Heisman. It's going to be a great game at the SEC championship game. Are you feeling pretty good about that game?
I am, because I don't think Georgia has the offense to stay up to pace with us.
Well, you might be right. Well, what else do you have for us? What do you think about your game next week? Is it going to be a blowout, or is it going to be a close game? Do y'all have revenge on your mind for the Barners?
I don't think it's going to be close. I think we're going to beat them by at least 20 points.
I think you're right. Well, I appreciate you calling. I hate to cut it short. I love all the fans out there, Alabama fans, Florida fans. That's what this show was built on. But I'm out in the middle of nowhere in the boondocks at a rest area, and I guess my internet's kind of going in and out. So I'm going to make this show shorter than normal. And thanks for watching me, and I'm going to go grab another call. Good luck to your Alabama Crimson Tide. Of course, I don't think Alabama and Nick Saban needs any luck. They create their own luck. They're a great team, and thanks for calling the Volunteer Roadshow, buddy.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, we got, I believe we might have BVD and Gate City Blue Devil. I don't know if they're both right there together, but you're on with Catfish. How did the game go, buddy?
Well, trip down here was great, and everything was great about it, except the end result, of course.
Wow.
We're standing out here getting ready to get back on the bus. I hope my signal's okay out here in this mass of humanity.
Yeah.
I'm going to put BBD on the phone here, okay?
All right, let me talk to him.
You need to say hi.
Hello, or hello, Catfish.
Did it look as bad in person? Yeah. Did it look as bad in person up there in the Skybox where all the VIPs are as it sounded on the radio?
No, it actually looked worse. The only difference is I got to see Johnny Majors and talk to him for a few minutes, and everybody else didn't.
Hey, I'm going to go to the game.
That's about the only good thing that happened. Aside from having my daughter with me, she had a good time, and we ate a ton of food.
Oh, well, you texted me a picture
of
them cookies, but I was in a bad mood when you sent them to me. I hope you understand.
Yeah. I'm as fat as a tick right now from all that good food. But, yeah, it was ugly. I don't even care, man. I don't even care about today. I just want to beat Vandy next week.
We're going to beat Vandy.
6-6, I'll take that.
Tell me what it's like up there, that Skybox. I was invited last year, didn't go. This year I didn't go. Next year I'm going, by God. Me and BVD are going to go to the Skyboxes and take that place over.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's like.
You need to go. I can't explain it. If you're scared of heights, it's kind of intimidating the first time you go. The way that window leans forward, I want to test that window, daggone it. And Flint knows what I'm talking about. I want to lean on that darn window and see if it'll hold me. But it's wild, man. It is. It's like being in a movie theater and watching the game on a movie screen.
Does it feel good when it's hot and you're up there and you're in air conditioning and everybody else is down there getting sunburnt? Does that feel good at all? I hear the food's really good up there. Is it really good? Or
when it's cold outside.
Yeah. Is the food really good?
I mean, honestly, between me and you, it's not like caviar and filet mignon, but it's better than what you get downstairs.
Yeah.
And you can eat as much of it as you want. That's the best thing.
I'm going next year, by God. I'm going next year.
I'm gonna put you back on with Gate City. You better come next year. I'm gonna put you back on with Gate City Blue Devil.
All right, buddy.
And go Vols. We're going 6-6. Catfish promises you that.
All right.
Yeah, back with the Blue Devil here, man. We're going to hop on this bus or call us. But be down here next year. And like I say, it's going to turn around. I don't even care about day. Like, what can you do? Nothing. So, but yeah, looking forward to next season. I hope we beat Vandy. So, we're going to head up 81 North, 40, 81.
Hey, buddy, I'm going next year.
We'll do it. We'll be talking about you soon.
I'm going next year. Come hell or high water, I'm going with you to get up there in them Skyboxes. I promise.
Yeah, like I said the other night, I know that tickled Couch Coach, but we'll be going to Atlanta here.
Oh, yeah.
I hope I live to see it, but when we do, you're going to be there with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy.
So there you go. Thank you, Catfish. Appreciate everything you do, man. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Man, I'm going to go to one of them games, guys, up here in the Skybox. I've been to a bunch of games there at Neyland Stadium. It's been a while, but I want to go up in the Skybox, and I've been invited by many fibers to go up there last year, and I just couldn't with the trucking I was doing. Just never seemed to work out. And this year I had my truck wrecked, couldn't go. I was invited to go to a couple games, just couldn't get it done. But next year, Catfish is going to be doing a live show up there in the Skyboxes, watching my Vols beat somebody. I don't know. I'd like to go to the Alabama game, but it's in, where is it, Tuscaloosa next year. But we got Matt 7397 on the horn for us. What did it look like to you, buddy? Did it look as bad to you on TV as it sounded on the radio to me?
It was pretty bad. It looked like two separate teams this week, from Kentucky to Missouri. But it's hard to describe it because, we've seen this happen time and time again with the Tennessee team that gets some momentum and they just shoot it down the week later. But this one's going to sting, but it's understandable that he's going to have some time still to build his crew in there. I feel like I've been saying it all season, but this season is the rebuilding year, and we just got to wait until the next couple seasons down the line.
Yeah. Well, I got Couch Coach on with us. What'd you think, buddy?
Woo! That was sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, my man. Just no nice way to say it. You guys just took it on the chin today. Yeah, I mean, I think what some of your other callers are saying is true. It's year one, and I think what you learn when you got a young team and you got a team that's kind of rebuilding is you can't live in last week, whether it's good, bad, or other. You just have to move on, and hopefully this team will do that. And I think you guys still got a good shot against Vandy. I mean, you listen, I brought this up before. I mean, Drew Lock and Missouri tend to really catch fire at the end of their seasons. I mean, that happened last year. It happened this year. And, I mean, that's Florida. I mean, Drew Lock, lit them up too. So it just is what it is. I didn't see, the whipping coming. I thought you guys would make it a little bit more competitive than you did. But I think those two touchdowns right before the half, that really sank your battleship. That you just, you can't have those kind of turnovers right before a half when you're trying to keep things close. And that's just the kind of stuff that bad football teams and inexperienced teams do. And so all you can do is learn from it and move on.
All right. I think Chris' inexperience with the starters really showed, especially down the stretch in the third quarter and most of the second. It really showed like that Sturridge and Garantono's the starter. He really, gets his players motivated in his own way. I think Chris, he's sort of there to play out his career in college football, and he'll get his try in the NFL. And I don't know, anything can happen. But the defense, it looked terrible.
Yeah.
You give up 50 points, and you really can't say much. Darryl Taylor and I think Shy Tuttle was it Kyle Phillips or Shy Tuttle blocked the field goal, and that was about it. Darryl Taylor had I think one penalty today. It was a roughing the passer. They were just really off their step. I don't know what it was, but last week I think Kentucky was sort of reeling from Georgia. This week we had some momentum. I don't know. I probably wasn't looking ahead to Vanderbilt or just looking ahead to a bowl game, but
I don't think we were looking ahead. I just think we don't know how to handle momentum. I said it earlier in the show. It's almost like we get some momentum, and it's like a hot potato. We don't know how to do it. And I said, Tuttle and Taylor, we need to put them on a milk carton. They weren't the same player. I mean, can you give that much credit to Missouri? I mean, congratulations to Missouri. I mean, they played a great game. Drew Locke's a great quarterback, and I don't want to say it's just our guys playing bad. I think Missouri's a decent team. I just, you look at last week or week before last, Missouri couldn't even get a first down in the second half against Kentucky. We come do what we did to Kentucky all game long. It's just, man, it's hard to explain why this happens like this when you have common opponents.
Yeah, I think their record now in November games for Missouri is with Barry Odom as their head coach is 8-0 now. I think maybe 7-0. Not been 7-0. They mentioned it during the football game on the CBS broadcast, and to me, they are really good late stretches of the season. I don't know what it is. If it's the other team is just way too tired or what it is, but they just really, really click on, and in November and late October, it's just really frustrating. But yeah, it's understandable. I don't. If just the whole defense just looked awful. The offense couldn't do much, and the offensive line just looked like a piece of paper standing there again. They just got tore up all game long.
Yeah, well, we're having some internet issues here I'm trying to deal with. I appreciate you calling, Matt. And Couch Coach, how did your game go?
Well, we won 66-27. I mean, offense clicked on all cylinders today. Yeah. Can you hear me, Catfish?
Yeah, I can hear you. We just got some.
Hello?
Yeah, we got some internet troubles.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think we got some internet issues. I appreciate it, Couch Coach.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
I'm going to take my last call, Couch Coach, and I'm just in a bad area with my internet. That's what sucks about doing this show on the road. But we're going to go to the last call, and I'm going to end this thing. You're on with Catfish. What do you got?
Yeah, what's up, Catfish?
Hey, buddy.
I just wanted to say how you talked about how shot title and them should have been on a milk carton. I think the whole defense should have been on that milk carton.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I was watching the game in the first half, going into the third, and I think the thing that really killed us is how Drew Lock on Missouri, they just fake handoff, man goes deep, they throw it up. We couldn't stop that.
Yeah.
I don't know if the linebacker, he came in at the wrong times, and this is how it was, like the first two drives, maybe three, the defense was looking pretty good. I was like, okay, defense going to hold up. Offense couldn't get anything. Guantanamo gets hurt. And I'm like, okay, Chris is coming in. You never know. Chris might show up. And I kind of agree with Chris didn't have any experience with the Vol team. I don't think it worked as well. They should have put him in against Charlotte. I didn't really watch that game, so I'm not too sure. Should have put him in South Carolina. He just had no practice.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. My internet sucks right now, and I'm not being able to push much out. I hope everybody can at least hear us. Keep calling in. You've called in before. I really appreciate it. But I'm going to get on off of here. We got a lot to look forward to. I'm going to do my midweek show with my co-host Couch Coach, and I don't know what my schedule's going to be like for this next week with Thanksgiving, but we'll see. I'll try to put it out there what I'm going to be doing. But anyway,